Hey everybody. Okay, it's time for video number 4. We're going to look at the first strategy, which is the FNWU. There we go. The FNWU ORB strategy. And what that means is, I already said it earlier, this is my fucking with you. And orb is opening range breakout. Orb is something that already exists, but this liquidity sweep, that's something that some folks talk about, but they don't talk about it too much. But this liquidity sweep thing, that's when they're really fucking with you. That's when the people who have so much money out there that they just run through you. In these videos, I'm going to talk about the strategy, and then I'll show you my desktop and all that stuff. I'll do that in a later video outside of this playlist, but I will give you my entire TOS desktop layout so that you don't have to build all of that stuff. You can do exactly what I'm doing there, okay? Now, how this works. Already in the first 15 minutes of the day, okay, why 15 minutes? Because, you got to get some data for the day to see if there is an actual liquidity sweep happening. Now, so the market opens at 6:30, between 6:30 and 6:45. I'm looking to see what are the biggest movers? Do they fit the criteria that I want to see for being a liquidity sweep, okay? If it's a stop hunt and it moves more, if it moves 29 to 30 to 39% of this ATR. Now, what is that again? The ATR is the average trading range. If you have a $10 stock and it moves $2 up and $2 down, it's traveling about, $4 over the last 14 days, okay? If within the first 15 minutes of the day, that stock moves more than 25% of what it's done over the last 14 days, that's likely a liquidity sweep. You'll see it, the way you identify it is when you're looking at your chart, you'll see it do a quick violent move in one direction. What they're doing is they're washing out the stops. They're getting all of the retail traders out. How do they do that? Okay, remember I talked about folks who have so much money that they can manipulate the market. The way they do it is, let's say you've got you've got $100 on and a $25 down stop loss in there, and you've got a $50 win. You're sitting there waiting. What they want to do is they want to get in with a whole bunch of money right at the level that the stock is currently sitting at, but they don't want to put in an order for 10,000 because that's going to drive the price up. They won't get it for $100. They'll get it for $100, 101, 102, 103, because their order is so big that it's driving things up. How do they avoid that? The way they avoid that is, remember, they got a whole bunch of money. They probably already have a couple 100,000 shares of this same item. So what they do, and it's a pain in the ass, but what they do is they'll sell it. When they sell it, they'll sell enough of it to get enough people with stop losses in there to get knocked out. Now your stock is there. It's available, and your position is there, and it's available to be bought without pushing the range above 100. So yours is there. So what they do is they sell a bunch, and then when it drops down, they buy exactly what they sold. They buy it right back at a lower price, plus they buy a little bit more. So it goes up just a little bit. You'll see it go above the line. When it goes above the line, up into that 101, 102, they start selling again. They sell more to drive, and they do this until they get the entire amount that they want in. Fuck you, you're going to lose your money because they're stopping you out. So that's why, one of the reasons that I don't mess around in the first 15 minutes of the market, because they do a lot of that in the first 15 minutes. Just people who just put their money on, they start to screw with them there. That's what this ATR, that's the average trading range over the last 14 days. It's a common indicator that's already out there. I put it on the dashboard as the FNWU trade, okay? Now, if it moves more between 25 and 39 up to 40%, it's probably a liquidity sweep. If it moves more than 40%, Okay, it may be an actual, maybe the company had some really great news or something, and it's actually moving up. If it moves more than 40%, it's probably a real move. That's a continuation, and that's a continuation play. You just want to go with it. Okay, you go with it if the market is going your way. Remember, we talked about that VWAP line. There's a line in the middle of the screen that kind of adjusts during the day. If it's above, the buyers are in charge. So if it goes up and your continuation play is up, it's in it you're going with the flow, you're going with the way the river is going, then yeah, jump in there and move it up. Get in, get out real quick. Just grab a couple dollars and you're done. Okay. Now, I'm going to go through each one of these, but right now the size of the bar does matter in the play. We'll look at those bars and all of those things in a moment. I don't want this video again to take too long. So let's go here. Now, the fade zone between 25 and 29. What do I mean by fade? You're going to go the opposite way of what they're saying. Now, keep in mind don't worry about the VWAP and stuff. Let's just talk about where it's going to go. Okay, they're doing it's at $100. They're doing a liquidity sweep. They're trying to drive it down so that you lose $25 and it kicks you out. Okay, they're trying to do that. Their liquidity sweep is pushing it down, so you're going to fade that. If it's going down, by faded I mean do the exact opposite. So it's going down, you're gonna buy a call because it's gonna go up. Check VWAP, make sure that you're above that. If on your dashboard, in your day trade dashboard, it says you're above and you want to buy a call to go up, okay, now you're in there. There's no conflict. They're going the same way. You're riding with the wave. These people just came in and said, hey, look, I'm going to drive it down so I can buy some. But then it's going to go up. Only reason they're buying is because they want to make money. People are greedy. Nope. Hey, it is what it is. Over here. Now, don't get mad about it. Just get your little piece of it and get out. Now, the up spike, if it's shooting up, if they're trying to, let's say you bought a put and you say, if my put says that I believe this is going down, okay? Now, if you have a put and you believe it's going down and it spikes up, it's a liquidity sweep if it's between this 25 and 39%. What they're doing is they're kicking you out so that then they can buy it and make money while it goes down. Okay, now that's the way this worked out. Down here in the signal strength between 25 and 29, good, better, best. If it's not over 30%, if it's not over 40%, but it's close to that 39%. How do you know these percentages? They're on the actual card in DayTrade. Okay, you'll see those numbers in that particular area on I don't want to make this video too long, but I will show you what that looks like in a separate video. We're going to go through each trade on the screen right along with it. But right now I'm just explaining what the strategies do. Okay. Again, if you don't want to watch these videos, there's a user's guide. Click your name at the top in the application. Here, I'll show you real quick. If I can bring that guy up. Oh, there we go. Up here, you can go up here. If you don't want to watch the videos, you can go here to user's guide. Okay, and it'll explain. You can look at up each one of these trades, find out how the trading strategies go, and all of those different things. Move down there and look at it and just read about it if you don't want to go through the videos. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard. If you go up here, if you're doing this in Spanish, I actually put under settings. If you go English, you can switch this to Spanish. Now everything is in Spanish. Your user guide should also be in Spanish, and parts of it are and parts of it aren't. Okay, I'll adjust that, but that's what you'll do. Okay, close this. I'm going to say here, go back to configuration. We'll put this back in English so that we can follow it, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'll push out that English update. Actually, I haven't pushed that update yet. I'm going to push that out tonight. It's about 8:30. Not a lot of people are on, so I'll push that update out in just a little bit here. Okay, let's get back to this guy here and let's look at the next slide. Okay, a dual play. Now, let's say that it moves more than that 39%. Okay, that's an actual move. There's if you think about it like a football player, okay, he comes out and he's gonna try to juke you and go the other way. Okay, a juke is a FNWU. He's fucking with you. Okay, he's not really going that way. He just threw his head that way and went this way. Okay, he's not going to try to juke you by running all the way to that side and then running all the way to this side and then trying to go up the field. If it goes that way, more than 40%, it's going that way. Okay, that's a continuation play, not necessarily something that you're going to try to fade. Okay, so there's two different windows of time for looking at. Now, if it's a continuation, get out by 7:30. If you're gonna fade it, get out by 8 o'clock. Okay, those are the windows when this strategy has. When I did the back testing, these were the win rates for it at 2-to-1. The win rates, if this is what I put in my order at 50, it won 67% of the time. Remember, all you have to do is win 30% of the time at 2-to-1 to break even. If this is giving a backtest win rate, by backtesting, I mean what I did was I just took the data that was there already for the last 30, 60 days, whatever I could grab, and ran this strategy against it. This is the win rate that I got. Okay, so there we have that information. This video is getting a little bit long. Let's go forward and move. But those are the two windows for the dual play, either continuation or fade. All right. So how do you do this? Okay, first the dashboard card is gonna show up, and you're going to either determine whether it's going to be a fade or a continuation. How do you do that? The card itself will show the percentage of the move. If it's 27%, that's in the fade range. If it's 47%, that's in the continuation range. So you determine what you want to do. Okay. Now you check for conflict warnings. Now, is the market, is what you're getting ready to do going to be with the market? If it's flowing, if you're already above VWAP, remember we talked about that earlier. If you're above VWAP, the buyers are in charge, so you want to be in the buy area. You don't want to go against the flow of the river or whatever it's already doing. It's already going up. If your play is to do a put play that it's going down, don't do it because the market's going up. You're swimming against the stream. Don't do that. Okay, so that's what I mean by check for conflict. All right, enter at the next open bar. Now, we'll look at the charts and what I mean by the next open bar, but you want to get confirmation. So if you're looking at the 1-minute chart and it closes above the level and it's going in the direction, if it's going in the direction that you want it to go in, wait one more bar to make sure that it's going that way. When it's going that way, jump in, get a little bit, jump out. Don't get greedy and care about if it's going to continue up, because eventually it's going to reverse. I don't mind if something goes up 150 if I got the 50 that I wanted out of it. Don't be greedy. Just get what you're there to get. Stick to the strategy. Okay. And you're just gonna, if you want to make more than that, buy more than one contract. Don't do that to start with. To start with, just do one contract. That way you can figure out how everything is working. Okay. But you just increase the size of what you're doing if you want to make more money. Don't try to grab the entire move. Just grab the piece of the move and then increase the size of the money that you're putting into that process, if that makes sense, if you want to make more money. Okay. Alrighty. Enter at the next bar open, and then exit at window close, fade exits by 8 o'clock, and the dual play exit by 7:30. We already talked about those two. Okay. Now, in the next video, what we're going to talk about is the scalp, the 0 DTE. That's the one that I like to use every day. So we'll talk about that. And that's something that you can do all day long, not in the first couple minutes. But I usually don't trade all day long. What I do is I trade just the first couple hours of the day. Alrighty, I'll catch up with you and talk to you on the next strategy in the next video. Okay, take it easy. Talk to you later.